Yo, what's good, guys? Raging Jamasian. Just want to welcome you guys back to my channel, as well as I want to welcome you guys back to another news story that I got for you guys. This one's going to be a little quick because it just happened. There's really not that many updates, but man, it's all over the news, and this shit is actually really scary. So let's get into it right now. Tonight, we're going to be discussing an incident that occurred on March 3rd when 4 U.S. citizens tried to cross into the city of Matamoros in the northeast city of Tamaulipas, Mexico, across the Texas border. Good Lord, that's a lot of words. As they reached the border, Zindell Brown, Eric James Williams, Latavia McGee, and Saeed Woodward were all confronted by armed men with bulletproof vests and automatic rifles. Here's some pictures of the kidnapping victims for you guys. So in the video I'm about to show you, you can see that the gunmen opened fire on the 4 U.S. citizens and then are seen taking the U.S. citizens and putting them into another vehicle where they then fled the scene, taking the victims with them. Here's a quick little clip for you guys. So there you can actually see the victims getting pretty much manhandled, getting thrown into the back of the truck. She just got tossed right there. And then you got this one up there to the top. You see she's being dragged. Literally being dragged. That's the aftermath. Like, it's, dude, just ridiculous. Scary, man. That's actually really some terrifying shit. The FBI actually reviewed the footage and offered a $50,000 reward to anybody who had any information on the kidnappers and or the victims. The U.S. ambassador of Mexico, Ken Salazar, he stated that an innocent victim, a Mexican citizen, was actually killed in the initial shootout. He also stated that various U.S. justice agencies are working with their Mexican counterparts to bring these citizens back home. Mexican President Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador actually stated that the U.S. citizens were caught in a crossfire between two armed groups, which means that there was already a beef going on and they just happened to show up at the wrong place at the wrong goddamn time. Friends and family of the 4 stated that they actually took a road trip to Mexico to get some cheap cosmetic surgery. I mean, we already know how people do it out here in the U.S. They go to Mexico to get cheap dental work, cheap cosmetic surgery. I mean, just overall cheap surgeries and cheap medical out there, because obviously it is cheaper. So we got U.S. citizens that like to go out there, look for the better buck, but you never know what happens. Either the shit is botched or, like in this situation, some bad shit happens the moment you get there. So as far as the kidnapping goes, an update has since been released. As of today, March 7th, 2 of the victims have been found deceased and 2 victims have been found alive. The 2 surviving victims, one of them apparently suffered a gunshot wound to the leg, and then both of them were in considerably bad condition, being that they were kidnapped and God knows what else happened to them. The 2 surviving victims have been taken to local Texas hospitals where they are currently being checked on and taken care of. So the 2 deceased victims have been confirmed as Zindell Brown and Saeed Woodward. According to sources, as of now, only one person has been arrested in connection with the kidnapping and the murders. He goes by the name of Jose N. He's 24 years old, don't really know much about him, but that's what we got so far. At least 1 arrested. 1 down, some more to go, hopefully soon. So obviously this shit hit national headlines, and President Joe Biden actually added his 2 cents into the whole situation, made a statement. We're not going to get into that whole long-winded mess because I'm sure that's exactly what it is. But President Joe Biden did make a statement on the situation at hand. Alright guys, so let's get into it really quick. I actually have 2 cousins that live in San Diego, and they're really close to the Mexican border. We actually went out there one time, the wife and I went out there one time to visit them, and we all decided to take a trip to TJ. Now, when we were in TJ, this was back in the day, the wife and I had a Sony Handycam. For all of you youngsters out there, go ahead and Google the shit. It's a camcorder. It's about yay big. It's pretty big. And it has a little actual small, what you would consider a small VHS tape inside of it. And again, if you don't even know what a VHS tape is, Google the shit. But it was a smaller version that went inside of the camera, and it was a separate part. It wasn't like a computer chip or anything like that. It was an actual tape, cassette, VHS, whatever you want to call it, a smaller version that you put in there, and you recorded it on the actual tape that was in there.
Looking at that shit just made me feel old as dirt. Holy shit. Walking through TJ with my wife and my cousins, I could sense that all eyes were on us. And for what? Let me tell you what. I mean, you can always spot a tourist, but I can tell you what, that a majority of these people walking around us have their eyes on this Handycam. We're talking about a Sony Handycam that I'm sure you can go to any pawn shop nowadays, and if you can happen to find one, and if it's on the shelf, it'll probably be no more than 10 bucks. I mean, that's what they had their eyes on. But hey, you know what? It's an opportunity. This was back in the day. That thing was worth about $200 to $300 back in the day. So I can see exactly what they were looking for. But that shit is scary. You're just walking down the street. You just got your own little devices and whatever, and you got people staring at you thinking that you're going to get robbed. And the shit is true, man. I guarantee you that that's what they was after. So as we know, living in the States, life is not as important and as valued as it is in other countries. Now, we all know that's the truth, so don't come at me with any kind of racist bullshit. I mean, you'll get killed over some stupid shit in the States, let alone killed over some stupid shit in another country. They don't give a shit. Getting bribed by cops and a whole bunch of other shit. We all have heard the stories, so don't play dumb. It's just really scary to know that these four went on a road trip as friends to get some cheap cosmetic surgery done and ended up in a life-changing event. It's terrible. It's sad. It's scary. I mean, if you survive some shit like that, would you travel again? Honestly, me, I don't know. I couldn't give you an honest answer, but if some shit like that happened to me just by going to a foreign country, I mean, it's real iffy. That shit's real scary. So my prayers definitely go out to the victims and their families. The two surviving victims, you know, I hope that they can come out of this okay. I hope that something like this doesn't traumatize them for the rest of their life. I mean, I know it's a traumatizing event, but I can only hope to God that somehow they can get through with this and move on with their life and continue to be strong and not be scared to travel to other countries. So you guys already know what it is. I'm Raging Jamaican. I want to thank you guys for coming back to my channel. I want to thank you guys for sticking with me throughout this story. It's scary, man. I mean, think about it. These four individuals literally just wanted to go on a road trip, get some cheap cosmetic surgery done. 2 of them are dead. 2 of them are injured. All 4 were kidnapped. I mean, just overall traumatized. It's really sad. So if you happen to like what you see tonight, I mean, I know it's hard to digest. I know this is the news. I know it's negative. I can't pound it in your guys' heads more often than not that it is negative, and I do apologize, but this is the news. Stay informed. So if you feel like that you have been informed tonight and you got a little knowledge on what's going on in the world, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I do appreciate it. If you know friends and family who want to be up on the news and food, please go ahead and share the video as well. If you have not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you have not hit the notification button, hit that bell as well. That way you guys get updates on any news and food stories that I do. That way you guys can be up to date on any kind of video that I upload. So again, I do thank you guys for coming back. Stay safe. Try to stay positive. We're all humans out there. Try to treat each other as such, and just be careful when you're going out to other countries. Just be careful when you're going to anywhere that's out of your element. Keep your head on the swivel. You know what it is. Peace.